Let's go to Psych and San Leandro. Psych, what's happening?
Hey, how you doing, man? I got a lot of things, two things I want to go over. It seems like when Curry come out of the game, they, everybody kind of quit working together. You guys have been articulating and hitting the nail on the head with everything that you're saying. They're kind of like a messed up cell phone cord. And Curry, not Curry, but the coach Steve Kerr, he's adjusting it, trying to get it on sometimes. Sometimes that is, sometimes it's off. The problems are obvious. My 13-year-old son was pleading with me, Dad, why won't they put Curry in the game? He's getting cold. Well, it's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, it's a dumpster fire. We always start off winning by 10 points, 8 points, and then towards the end, I hate to say it looked like it's bad coaching. In the end, in that last from the half to the end, it's not good. Not good coaching. Not good coaching.
I don't know about it is not good coaching, but what I will say is that, like, when I looked at Bruce Bochy the last couple of years with the Giants, because there's a lot of similarities between the end of the Giants and where we're at right now with the Warriors. They just are. There are a lot of similarities. I believe Curry to be greater than, anything that the Giants had at that particular point in time. And he has way more left in the tank, and he's more of an impact in his particular game. But there's similarities. Bochy's a great coach, one of the greatest of all time. But I'm watching him on a nightly basis. I'm like, not that he lost his fastball. His fastball lost a couple miles per hour. It just did. And it felt like a lot of his pitching decisions and his lineup combinations were stale, and they were a day late, a dollar short. It felt like every single move, somebody else had the one up on him. And when I'm watching Steve Kerr right now, all-time legend, he's still great. I don't think he's lost the complete fastball, but I do believe there are situations in games throughout this entire year, and maybe it's just, hey, the guys have declined, and that's the simple answer. But I do feel like, man, this rotation is just, it's 2 possessions too many. Man, I'd like to see that guy come in a minute and a half earlier. Oh, you went 2 minutes too long with those 5 guys on the floor. I say that too often now. And again, maybe it's just players are declining, and so it's highlighting these things. But boy, it sure feels like he's just a little slow on the trigger.
Now, with that said, Bochy did regain that fastball to win the World Series.
But he took time off.
He did take some time off, and
the roster was better.
I'm looking at the rotations. Here's the thing: maybe this roster just isn't good enough. Because when Curry is in the game, at the end of second quarters, at the end of first halves, they're giving up leads left and right. They're giving up leads before the half. They're giving up leads in the third quarter. And actually, the Warriors have had one of the better benches all season long in the NBA. Now, yesterday was bad. But let's not act like they haven't given up runs with Stephen Curry on the court. They have. They really have. This is on everybody. This is on everybody. They've given up runs. I watched them blow. They gave up a 25-4 run to the Denver Nuggets at the end of the fourth quarter. Everybody was on the floor then. That game we're bitching about Kuminga not playing. Now this game,
Kuminga didn't play down the stretch last night.
He didn't play down the stretch, but he wasn't good defensively last night. He wasn't as good defensively last night.
But here's where I get frustrated. Like, has Wiggins earned this benefit of the doubt off of his play? Who's playing with better form?
I hear you.
These last 3 months,
you try to just find something.
I know.
Every game. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what frustrates me is and this is their half court offensive set. 6 minutes to go. Dre or somebody brings the ball up the floor. Eventually, the ball comes to Draymond. And then it's Curry off of 3 screens and Draymond shovel passing him the rock, and trying to set a Spencer Burford left guard sweeping pull on 3 guys who are chasing at Curry. And we're praying that Curry can get both feet set as he's shooting a shot with 3 guys contesting him. That's their entire offense with 6 minutes to go. And that's not sustainable. It's just not.
But I look at defensively, because offensively, they have issues. But defensively is where their biggest problem is. Teams feel comfortable and get any shot they want against the Warriors now. The Warriors have had to go to zone defenses because they can't guard at the point of attack. I watched the New York Knicks right behind the New York Knicks bench. DiVincenzo, Alec Burks, Bogdanovich, Miles McBride, they were all cooking to get wide open shots because you can't stay in front of your guy. So the defensive breakdowns, all of a sudden you're giving up buckets, and guess what? A team like Minnesota, who has the best defense in the league, And it's not even close when it comes to defensive rating. They have the best defense in the league. They're 30-2 and they allow 106 points or less. Now, I know they gave up 110 yesterday, but you see the defensive tenacity that they come with every single game? When you give up buckets left and right, you give up 12 threes in the second half on 21 attempts. Folks, that's close to 60% Minnesota shot from the three-point line in the final 2 quarters of the game. And you look at the points they gave up, 32 and 36. So now you're back in the 30s in terms of points given up. When you do that on a nightly basis, well, guess what? A team like Minnesota gets to set their half-court defense, and they're the best defensive team in the league. So when you got long athletic defenders like Gobert, McDaniel, and Nas Reed, and Anthony Edwards, who I love, who takes on the challenge, that's where you're losing the game. So now all of a sudden your limited offense that doesn't have a lot of firepower becomes a lot more limited when you have to go against a half-court defense every single time down the floor in the second half because you're not playing defense, because you're not allowed to play defense. So all this stuff is connected. The offense and the defense. Absolutely. It is all connected. Let's go to Coach Hall in San Diego. Coach Hall, what's happening?
Hey, good morning, fellas. Shaz, man, I agree with you, man. Draymond, and I've been saying this for a while now, he hasn't added anything to the game. But I don't think the Warriors required him to add anything to his game. And Draymond, as great as he is, he only plays for Steph. He doesn't make anyone else better, and it's hard for us to keep up with teams or pull away from teams when we're constantly playing 2.5 on 5. And by 2.5, I mean we got Steph, Kuminga, and maybe Wiggins or maybe Clay, depending on the game. So I was from now on towards the end of the season, I just want to see Steph take more control. I think he needs to understand he's the smartest one in the room. And if you need to go check yourself in the game and pull a LeBron James move, go for it. We have nothing to lose at this point. We are at rock bottom with a $400 million payroll looking up. So that's what I want to see, to end this season.
All right, Coach Hall, good stuff there as you're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM and AC1 San Francisco. Don't forget, you can also watch us on every day on YouTube and Twitch streams. Just log on to search for 95.7 The Game. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel while you are there. Brought to you by First NorCal Credit Union. Upgrade your savings dividend. Open a First NorCal First Class Money Market today. And shout out to the Comcast Business Text Line. Let's take one more call before the break. Shasky, let's go to Jay in Oakland. Jay in Oakland, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hi, Jay.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Hey, you guys are cooking, man. You guys are cooking. Vontae took the words out of my mouth as far as them not being able to stay in front of their opponents and having to rely on someone. So I'll just ask you guys a question. A couple questions, actually. If they don't make the playoffs this year, or even if they, one and done in the play-in, is this the most disappointing season in the last 15 years?
Oh.
And then also, with an aging roster, Steph about to be 37, I think, next year. Dre, just so many question marks. Do you really think a marquee free agent is want to play with the Warriors? Those are my 2 questions.
Great question. Great questions. What was the first one he asked? I already forgot. If they don't make the playoff, it would be the most disappointing season in a very long time for the Golden State Warriors. Probably since Steph Curry was drafted.
In terms of expectations, money invested, the prime of the best player, I can't really think of too many situations in the history of the Bay Area that would be this disappointing. Which sucks to say out loud. That's a tough pill to swallow.
Thank you for the bless me. At least under Steph Curry, the most disappointing.
Sorry, God bless you.
No, I've just loved it.
Oh, love me. I thought you were saying to me.
No, beloved was in my ear. As far as free agents want to come to the Golden State Warriors, yeah, why would they?
Boy, that's
why would
great
they?
question.
Let's pick that up on the other side.